Job, who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 5 teams of oxen, and 500 female donkeys. He also had many servants. He was, in fact, the richest person in the entire area. I like that. He was first of all, he habit-formingly avoided evil. Where do I get that? You look in your King English version of the Bible, and it says, Job eschewed evil. And since I'm not so sharp as a young Bible school student, I get a dictionary out, and I look up the Old English word, eschewed. Okay, the scholar was saying, you're even saying that wrong. I don't know for sure. I've heard it.
Eschewed.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. They say it again. Eschewed.
Eschewed evil.
Right. I say it wrong even. First of all, I don't know what it means, and I don't know how to say it. So I look it up, and it tickles my heart. I mean, it's down to the bone. Job habit-formingly avoided evil. And I find that good because we've all read the 7 habits, right? And that we know that when troubled times come, and troubled times do come, okay, we fall back to our what? Our habits. The things that are ingrained in us. And so here we have a guy who's got children, he's got wealth, life is going good. And his children throw a party. And he's like you, he's saying, Lord, help my kid at college. Lord, bring to remembrance all these things that he's done. I'm picking on you now, not literally. I'm saying I felt the same way when my daughter went off, to her first college experience. Lord, surround them, help them. The hedge of protection, something, do something for them. And Job is there, he's wealthy, he's got life going on, and his habit is, just in case Junior here misbehaves, Lord, I want to do a sacrifice. I want to do what I know is honorable before you. And I'm going to tell you just a short thing. One of my folk heroes when I was a young person growing up was Bill Gates. And the reason is he comes from the Seattle area, and he done good, right? And he makes a lot of money, and he was a church-going guy. Good Catholic-going, church worshiping, church-going guy. And one day they had the cameras on him, and they go, we know that you grew up Catholic, you grew up in the church. He says, where do you go now? And he looked over and he broke my heart. He said, it's not an efficient use of my time. He got out of the what? Habit. He got out of the habit. And it's not an efficient use of his time. Ooh, he fell off my top list there, Flo. I still kind of like, he's from the Seattle area. I'm from the area too. Except I'm from Tacoma. But anyway, let's go on with. So he said, here we have Job, richest man in the land of Uz. He's got it all. And I say to the good Lord, and the giggle in my heart, say, Lord, if you want to test me, we'll see what happens if you made me the richest man in the land. Yeah, thank you for laughing. Ain't happening today. Not happening. But if you wanted to test me, I'd take on the responsibility to see what he does. But anyway, well, let's watch what he does. He's habit-formingly avoiding evil. He's wealthy, okay? But you know what? Sometimes we're up. Sometimes we're down. Went on in his life, and he lost all of his valued animals. He lost all of his properties. He lost his children, and that's sad. He had all these losses. And let's read what he does. Job chapter 1, verse 21 says, I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord. Whew. I got all this good stuff, and it got taken away. And I didn't lose my what? My praise. I recognize the good Lord lifts up and casts down. He says, I did not lose my praise. In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. And you can imagine, you lose all that you're going to have. Job was down on his luck. Everything was gone. And his friends came over to Job and says to him, hey, you haven't formerly avoided God. You're the most righteous person we know. You're the most good guy. You ought to just lift up your fist and you rail at God and say, God, I behaved myself. He didn't, did he? He said, hey, God gives and God takes away. Blessed be. He didn't give up his praise. His wife ran to him and said, oh, Job, better just curse God and die. Man, if your wife came to you and said, oh, bad news on you, curse God and die. My goodness gracious, you'd be crushed. But he didn't. What? He said, blessed be the name of the Lord. He looked from whence cometh his strength, the Lord, even when he was up, then he was down. Get our guest speakers here.